A single team since 1999, the inaugural to the WNBA Finals in her first year. We are underway here from Indianapolis. Well, in the first round of the playoffs, the Washington Mystics have playoff aspirations. Both teams have some work to do to get there. Indiana enters the night in 6th. The Mystics are in 10th as Natasha Howard leans in and misses. And there is Kiki Iriafen, the league's 5th leading rebounder, pulls down her first board of the night.
A couple of things for Washington. They got to keep Kelsey Mitchell in front. I don't know if they have anybody with the speed and explosiveness to guard her on that end of the floor. And they have to defend the three. They gave up 15 threes in their last game. And for Indiana, it's touches to Aaliyah Boston in quality spots on the floor where she can have an impact. And Indiana right away is going to have to finish 2 shots at the rim. They also got to build some confidence off the bench with some of the new players that they have added.
Well, time to check on the line of the night. It's 63.5.
Pat, you know, I think there's been a lot of conversation about Indiana down 3 point guards without Caitlin playing yet and without Ari McDonald and without Sydney Colson. But I think this is a veteran group that you can play at times without a point guard because they get it off the glass and do such a good job of pushing and advancing the ball in transition. Serious thing.
And Washington loses Natasha Howard on the inbound pass, and the Fever have their first points of the night. Third matchup between Indiana and Washington on the season. These 2 teams have not played in over 2 months. The home team, the winner of the previous 2. They have split the fair. Citron might have dragged her pivot foot off balance, shot won't fall.
Indiana switching on their ball screen coverages right now.
Here's Mitchell on the handoff, bounce pass. Boston one bounce and a left-handed finish.
I mean, forget about it. You know, she gets to that left hand and she gets through the nail. She's going to make a play.
Yeah, Boston, who has 14 double-doubles on the season. 1 more would be a new Fever franchise record, and it was a record set just last year by Caitlin Clark. Entry pass into Iriafen. Mitchell got her hands on it. Iriafen able to wrestle it away. And Dolson had her pass deflected off of Indiana, and it'll stay Fever basketball.
So going left, it is a nightmare for every defender in the league.
Fever basketball. An offensive. Washington is the league's 11th ranked offense coming into today, and Indiana has had to piecemeal the backcourt together, but Kelsey Mitchell has been so strong. 20 points per game, that's a career high. Stephanie White saying pregame, if there's one position you don't want to lose all your depth, it's point guard, and Indiana has lost all of their depth as Dolson deep position. Can't finish, but there's a foul.
Besides the 20 points per game for Kelsey Mitchell, which is the most in her 8-year career in the W, she also is experiencing a career low in turnovers. And when you get to be the mature player that Kelsey Mitchell is, that understands no matter what the role, whoever's on the floor, you're never going to see her change her expression. She is all business. She's a tremendous teammate, and Indiana is glad to have her healthy.
And Mitchell had 24 points in Indiana's loss on Tuesday. A disappointing loss for the Fever to the Dallas Wings. Indiana was down by 17 in the 4th quarter. Finished on a 19-3 run and actually had a Mitchell look to win the game at the buzzer. That did not fall. Indiana's lost 3 of their last 4. Washington 5 of their last 6. Hull, corner 3. Here's Boston, the offensive rebound, flips inside to Howard, who lays it in.
You go step up screen, flare on the weak side, and because you're taking shots in the system, it allows you offensive rebounding position. It's a great job by Indiana offensively.
Dolson launches a straightaway 3. She is more than capable out there, a career 40% three-point shooter. Sutton had it knocked away by Howard. And it's Indiana basketball.
Indiana's been so consistent. You talk about fit. She's been absolutely perfect for Indiana.
Been a really important leader for what is no longer maybe a young team, but still a team that is growing, has a lot of young players. And she provides a ton of experience. Howard's won 3 championships, Defensive Player of the Year. And this is where she started her WNBA career, right here in Indiana. Mitchell, aggressive, bounces to Howard, splits the double team, finds its way to Boston.
I mean, it's another gear for Kelsey Mitchell, and when you make that dribble handoff so low or inside the three-point line, it's really hard to defend. But the thing that Washington, I think, has done so well all year is share the ball. They will move it. It doesn't get sticky with Sidney Johnson's team.
Here's the rookie all-star Iriafin out to Enksler. Shot clock down to 2. Iriafin turns, fires and hits.
They have a great understanding of getting a numbers advantage even on the side of the floor, not just in transition.
Cunningham too strong on a 3 on the other end. Howard knocked that one out of bounds.
Last trip for the in-around jumper.
Mystics have taken just 4 shots here in the early going. Indiana's already taken 10 of them. Washington's turned it over a couple of times. Enksler driving on Howard. Enksler flips it up, shot too strong. Boston pulls down the rebound. And Howard dangerous in transition. Howard backs in, flips it up, flips it in.
Second in the WNBA in field goal percentage. Natasha Howard, 55%.
Boston is in the top 10 as well. That has been a formidable front court all season long. Oh, Mitchell took an elbow to the face. Mitchell goes down. She is back up on her feet, but it's 4-on-5 right now. Mitchell just now crossing the timeline. Entry pass to Boston, who can't finish inside.
Good help from the weak side by Alicia Clark.
Fever cannot afford any more injuries to their backcourts. Mitchell on the drive, contact made by Melvin, and a foul.
That's a sign of depth, and I think that's a really good coaching tactic by Coach White.
Well, here is one of those point guards that Kelsey was talking about. Odyssey Sims, a WNBA veteran, 12 years, brings a lot of experience, albeit it is learning on the fly. As Sims not afraid to let it fly and hits a 3, her first shot she's made with the Fever.
Not even a sweat going.
Well, you can tell she wanted to get that first bucket out of the way after being held scoreless on Tuesday. And Lucy Olsen with some nice work around the rim. Here's Dantas has checked in as well for Indiana. Dantas, entry pass from Howard, it's knocked away. Enksler comes up with the steal. Enksler drops it. Here's Alicia Clark, who can't connect on the 3 ball. That is a weakness for Washington. They hit under 6 per game. That is last in the league. And the Fever are a good 3-point defensive team as Dantas launches and hits.
Well, the Mystics gave up 15 threes in their loss in their last game to the Valkyries. They're going to have to match up quicker in transition.
Dantas had been slumping a bit. She missed her last 12 from the 3-point line. Indiana with a strong defensive first quarter here. Washington still sitting at 8 points, and these slow starts have been a bit of a problem for Sidney Johnson's group. There's Shook Sutton knocking down the baseline jumper. Hull extra pass. Sims off on a 3 ball.
Madison Scott getting her first minutes in a Washington uniform as well. Pat on the assignment of Lexi Hull. Odyssey Sims, a former Defensive Player of the Year in college basketball at Baylor for Kim Mulkey. Teammates with Brittany Griner on a national championship team.
This is just Sims' second game with the Fever. She played 12 games earlier this year with LA as Sutton can't finish inside. Oh, and Enksler, good work to knock that off of Howard, who is standing out of bounds. So possession will stay here with the Mystics.
So the Mystics are sending 3 back and 2 to the glass. Now, Indiana has done a good job all year of controlling the defensive boards.
Sutton trapped in the corner. Mitchell deflected it into the hands of Iriafin. Cross-court pass, and Clark can't hit on a 3. This ball foul. Scott, who was signed yesterday, called for her first foul. Howard, not enough zip on that entry pass.
2 turnovers trying to make the entry to the block.
And a bounce pass to a cutting Ariafin, but she can't finish inside. Indiana turned it over 18 times on Tuesday, just 15 assists. Good ball movement here. Dantas looking inside for Howard. Cross court pass, it finds its way to Mitchell, who splashes home a 3.
I mean, Kelsey threw her hands up like I'm wide open over here on the weak side.
That's Indiana's 3rd 3 here of the first quarter. They hit 9 per game. Mystics under 6. As Anxler launches and misses. And Washington has missed their first 5 from out there.
Indiana doing a good job going in between the slots. She is incredibly challenging to defend. I think she's a first-team All-WNBA guard.
I think there is no question that she is strong consideration for that. You talked about it on the open. She has been arguably the best guard in the league this year. As Sims fire away, well, she has been aggressive early. Sims has taken 3 threes in 3 minutes here. Knocked down her first. She's missed her last 2. There's Citron off the screen, drives on Cunningham, flips it up, and Dantas is called for the foul.
Sonia Citron leads the Washington Mystics right now in scoring. And we asked Sydney Johnson before the game because Brittany Sykes goes to Seattle, and now Sonia gets the best defender every night. And he has moved her around a little bit to put her in spots where she can maybe get a different quality of catch, but I don't care where you put Sonia Citron. She's going to find a way to score. She is that talented and has that level of IQ with the ball in her hands.
Sykes was Washington's leading scorer and leading assister. Now Citron right behind her in both of those categories.
I've never seen anybody do that before. Trade your top scorer and assister. You got a good deal for it. A lot of picks next year in the first round. Right now, 3 picks in the first round for the Washington Mystics.
And a blocking foul is called on Anxler. That's coming off of the quickly rebuild through the draft. Anxler was the 4th pick by the Indiana Fever back in 2022. With the Mystics here for her 2nd season.
Fever basketball.
Kayla Timpson has checked in as well here for the Fever, another rookie. He was a 2nd round selection. Mitchell sizing up Clark. Here's Sims on the drive. The left-handed push shot will fall.
That's a much better decision for Odyssey Sims. Once you hit that first 3, it'll open up some driving lanes with the space that's going to be provided.
So Sims with 5 off the bench. Indiana has 8 first quarter bench points. That's typically been a strength when they're playing well, as Ariafin just bullies her way inside.
What a pass by Melvin, too. Really nice.
Mitchell turns on the Jets and gets to the rim.
No one can keep Kelsey Mitchell in front.
Two rookie all-stars playing catch here. Ariafin drives to the lane and lays it in.
Really nice job of clearing out one side of the floor so you can go 2-man game on the naked side.
Ariafin with 6 first quarter points. Final 5 seconds here for Indiana. Mitchell step back deep 2. And he rattles out. Ariafin with those 6 first quarter points. She leads the way for Washington. They had 5 different players score 2 points in that first quarter.
KK Timpson with the block. Just
here's Olsen. Awkward look on the baseline. Shot hit off the side of the backboard. Here's Sims, who's getting a lot of early run here for Stephanie White's group. The step through and the bank shot.
What a tough 2. Lucy Olsen hustling back in transition defense, doing a really nice job of defending. That's just a tough bucket.
Odyssey Sims, who was held scoreless on Tuesday, 0 of 4 from the floor in 13 minutes, now has 7 points here for Indiana. She leads all scorers here tonight. As Hull pokes that one away, comes up with the steal. Dropping for Sophie Cunningham. Washington doing a nice job of getting back defensively.
Much better job transition defense.
They beat Indiana and Baltimore. The Fever did not have a fast break point in that game. There's Hull spinning, fading, and hitting. Tough shot over area fin.
So you see Washington brings the double on the bounce. Aaliyah Boston very well aware, makes the right read on the skip.
Shooting 55% from the field here so far tonight.
The crowd is roaring loud tonight. Hearts are pounding, burning bright and bright. The field's alive, electric light. We rise, we run, we won't back down. This is our moment, this is our round. Game on, let's take it home. We fight together, we're not alone. Game on, hearts in stone. Victory's calling, it's in our bones. Sweat is dripping, breath is fire. Push the limit, climb up higher. Every step builds our empire. We charge, we chase, we're here to claim. We're the thunder, we're the flame. Game on, let's take it home. We fight together, we're not alone. Game on, hearts in stone. Victory's calling, it's in our bones. It's in our bones. Sweat is dripping, breath is fire. Push the limit, climb up higher. Every step builds our empire.
Kiki area fin, it was
We
0-4.
charge, we chase, we're here to claim. We're the thunder, we're the flame.
Three.
Game on, let's take it home. We fight together, we're not alone. Game on, hearts in stone. Victory's calling, it's in our bones. It's in our bones.
The ball not directly above her head as Cunningham with the steal.
Cunningham beats Sims, who goes coast to coast and lays it in. So 4-1 for Indiana, and the Fever lead is up to 12. Odyssey Sims been here for less than a week. He's got 9 points and 8 assists. That game tonight as well. Those are a couple of teams that are just ahead of Indiana in the standings. Phoenix in 4th, Las Vegas in 5th. Indiana is 6th to start the night. Little high-low, and it's Steph Dolson with the 2.
Really good ATO by Sydney Johnson's team. A little high-low action in the middle of the floor. Really tough to guard.
Stephanie Dolson has seen her minutes decrease fairly significantly this year. Nothing to do with her play. It's just the youth movement is on here in Washington, but and they have suffered some injuries. No Shakira Austin, no JC Sheldon tonight. Sydney Johnson feels more than comfortable going to Steph Dolson. In fact, he was talking pregame about everything that Dolson has meant to this young team. And he said at times, she thinks of things that he should have said before he got down.
From 10 to 15 feet, Aaliyah Boston is 60% from the floor. She is excellent on that short roll or in the middle third.
She is 7th in the league in field goal percentage. She had a stretch during the year where she led the league in that category. And as Caitlin Clark hopefully makes her return back, as Enksler knocks down from the mid-range, you'll see that number go up again for Boston.
Aaliyah Boston has led this team in scoring 6 times this season. And 4 of those that she's led the team in scoring, Caitlin has led the team in assists. There's definitely a connection there. And the space, the pickup point, the quality of the catch for Aaliyah Boston, all that changes when Caitlin Clark is on the floor.
Here's a rolling area fin, and how good has Kiki area fin been here tonight? 11 points on 5 of 6 from the floor. All able to rescue the loose ball. A 4-0 burst from Washington as they try to close the half strong. Mitchell off the screen, draws the foul. And she'll head to the line.
You cannot guard that action. It is too challenging because of the
scoring. Is she's having the best year of her career at getting to the foul line. She's taking 4.2 free throws per game, which is a career best. That was the first free throw attempt of the night for Indiana.
For your favorite, number 1, Odyssey Sims.
Have shot it well, and they've done so inside the arc. Indiana 55% from the field on 2-point shots. They're 13 for 19. Mitchell 1 of 2 from the line. She's got 6 points here tonight. Citron off the screen, off the mark on a 3. Sims back on the floor after giving Indiana a real boost off the bench. Late first quarter, early second. Mitchell surrounded inside, lost the handle. And who touched it last? Suffering and Gina Cross will convert.
Good job. Come together. See if the other one saw it.
Now catch and shoot, knocks down her second shot of the night.
Lexi Hall just lets the game come to her. She never forces anything. She plays such a solid game for Indiana and really excels in her role.
Sutton rejects the screen, runs into Howard, kick back out to Melvin. Shot clock already down to 6. Ariafin on Boston, kick out Anxler. Shot clock down to 2. Anxler with the reverse, but leaves it short. Now Sims launches ahead for Mitchell. What a pass by Odyssey Sims.
What a sprint by Mitchell.
Indiana loses Citron on the other end, who answers with a triple. And here's Howard running the floor, drawing the foul. And Indiana having some success with these baseball passes. This is a Fever team that was really built to do just this. Now, obviously with Caitlin Clark in mind, but when Odyssey Sims make passes like that,
you have to run. You got to run your lane hard. And if you run your lane hard, you're going to get rewarded. And there's 3 lanes. There's the rim run, which is the lane in the middle where you run straight to the rim. And then there's the wings. You run outside, left and right. And the wider you run, the more challenging it is to defend. And the faster you run, the harder it is to defend.
Tasha Howard coming off a 12-12 game on Tuesday. That was despite Indiana's loss. And this is on the free throw. Would have made her the first Fever player into double figures. Clark straight away, hits a 3.
Alicia Clark is a legitimate scoring threat. Every time I have one of her games, I'm reminded of how she led the NCAA twice in scoring at Middle Tennessee State for Rick Insell.
This is her 4th game in Washington, where she played the 2022 season. She came in that trade as Mitchell off the screen, misses on a 3. And Sims is called for the foul.
Well, this is Washington doing a good job of running the floor hard.
Only a first-round draft pick coming over, but a veteran, one of the best defensive players in the league.
Citron.
The rookie, Citron.
She is so good. Can you believe she was the 3rd option at Notre Dame last year? Crazy.
She's coming to the WNBA and is maybe option number 1 for Washington.
She is option number 1 for Washington.
Certainly with the Sykes trade, that's true. She is the leading scorer.
And she gets the best defender. So one of the best perimeter defenders for Indiana is Lexi Hall.
Washington had cut a 13-point lead down to 6. Here is Citron, little crossover. She took part in that 3-point competition here. Citron finds some space and connects 2 more. Sonia Citron, who's got 9. Rookie all-star duo of Citron and Ariafin have 20 of the 37 for Washington.
Well, they combined to average 37 and 13 rebounds.
Here is Sims, there's a whistle first.
Sonia Citron, 5 times she's been, that is a jump shot that she has made probably 1,000,000 times already in her young career.
For more on Citron, let's check in with our sideline reporter, Kelsey Casper.
Well, more on the duo of Kiki and Sonia. Kiki with 11 points in this game, Sonia with 9. I asked Sydney Johnson about his young core before the game and when he knew that those were two players that you could build a franchise around. He said they saw signs of their professionalism from the beginning. They were sponges pouring into their position coaches. He told me before the game that it was about 5 to 8 games into the season. He thought, wow, we really have something here. And they've been able to sustain that this season, moving up on opponents' scoring reports. And he says those are two humble and competitive players that bring their A game when the bright lights are on.
You know, I think Jamila Weidman, the general manager, had a plan with Sydney Johnson, and they're sticking to it. And over there on the bench, Shakira Austin not available today. Georgia Amore not available with the ACL, is ahead of schedule on her rehab. They got a lot of good young pieces.
Well, the Fever got maybe the first look as Enxler drives and lays it in. It's a 4-point game. The Fever got maybe the first look at just how good those two players were going to be. Preseason game was #1 here in Indianapolis, and both really excelled back in early May. Hit the ground running. Two of the better rookie seasons in recent memory as Boston draws the foul inside. She'll head back to the free throw line where she just missed a pair.
I really appreciate about her is how she stays open. She shapes up to the ball and always keeps contact. She gives you a clinic in posting up on the interior. And at 6'5", she's got tremendous skill to go along with that relentless work ethic to try to get a quality catch.
Emily Enxler, somebody who has benefited from the trades. The Edwards exit, and there was a little bit of a log jam in Washington. Enxler playing more minutes, had 13 points in their loss on Wednesday. Enxler's got 4 here off the bench tonight in 12 minutes. Well, the poise of a player like Sonia Citron as a rookie to go down there in the post as well. I mean, her overall game, she's so well-rounded as a rookie.
She's 6 foot. She's
avoid that third foul before halftime. Area Finn with 11 points tonight, going right at the rookie. 4th overall pick in the draft, wins the matchup. She'll head to the line.
India had a chance.
Gets it away. Team shooting over 50% in the first half. Here's Howard coast to coast. A little too out of control once she got there. Indiana's missed their first 2 shots here of the third quarter.
I'm surprised Natasha didn't go off 2 feet and shoot a floater right there. She's certainly capable.
Howard with 9 points in the first half. Boston has 8.
Icing ball screens right there. Sophie Cunningham trying to keep Citron on the left side of the floor.
Indiana goes under the screen. Citron can't make him pay from the 3-point line. Washington 3 of 10 from out there here tonight. They hit about 6 per game, right at those averages. That is last in the league. Cunningham on the drive, got too far underneath. Cunningham held scoreless in the first half. She has been brilliant over the last month plus. And there to clean up is Area Finn. She's got 14, and Washington is pulled within 1.
Indiana needs to run a good play right here. Game is slowed down a little. They've got to execute.
It's a 17-5 run, bridging the second and third quarters. Mitchell, left-handed floater, big shot goes.
That's not a play, Pat. That is just Kelsey Mitchell playing like, I always say, like a running back. Shoulder pads, over thigh pads. Nobody plays the game low to high like Kelsey. I've been saying that she plays like a running back since she was at Ohio State, playing for the Buckeyes.
Here is the Buckeye product on the backdoor pass, but Mitchell lost the handle. Sutton thought about the 3, steps in, Hull got a piece. Dolson has been wide open all possession, splashes home a 3, and we are level at 47. Timeout, Stephanie White. A 13-point deficit. Had the Washington Mystics to pull even. Out of the timeout, Lexi Hull can't connect. This Washington defense has really tightened things up. And Melbourne draws the foul. It's on Cunningham. And Washington has a chance to take their first lead since 2-0 here.
So Stephanie White calls a timeout. Not the best execution, and then you give up transition opportunity where Sophie Cunningham is forced to make a murder at the line. Just got to get a little more connected right now because Washington's got nothing to lose. I'm not saying they're totally out of the playoffs. I think they're still in the hunt. They're playing like it right now in this segment coming out of halftime.
Indiana's opened up the quarter just 1 of 6 from the field. Jade Milbin
In here to start the game.
Mitchell can't connect. As Indiana's cold streak continues here. Fever dealt with something similar in that game on Tuesday against Dallas. They had an early third quarter lead. Dallas went on a big run. Indiana did make it interesting at the end, but it was these moments right here that were tenuous for the Fever. Austin finds Mitchell, but just a beat too late. Indiana looking to regain some momentum here. Oh, rejects the screen, lobs it up to Boston. Shot clock down to 5. Boston spinning, turning, flipping it up and in.
What a move. You got to know where you are in the lane, and Aaliyah Boston is so good at finishing at the front of the rim.
Sutton drops it. Ainxler off the mark on a 3 ball.
I think Indiana needs to play to and through Aaliyah Boston right now. See if they can, as the game slows down, see if they can get her going.
Here is Mitchell off to Boston, taken away by Ainxler. Washington with the double team. They force the turnover, whip into the corner, extra pass. Melvin straight away. It's Sutton on the drive. She goes behind the back and knocks it down from the mid-range.
How about this young Washington team? Doing an excellent job off the timeout at after the halftime break, really.
Such an exciting time to be a Mystics fan. You've got these young stars, you've got top draft picks coming. They're unquestionably ahead of schedule here. The Mystics last season won just 14 games. Mitchell goes behind the back to Cunningham. Down low, Dantis, double team, but she gets it to go.
So Alicia Clark comes in the game, and Stephanie White counters with Dantis, which gives Indiana a little more size on the floor. This is a smaller lineup on the floor for Washington.
And Cunningham reads the passing lane, comes up with the steal. Cunningham pulls up, launches, and hits.
Nothing energizes this crowd more than a 3.
It's Sophie Cunningham's first of the night. Both teams are 4 of 13 from the three-point line. As Clark spins away from Cunningham and gets it to go.
That's the thing about players in the W that get to the paint, play off 2 feet. They have options in multiple ways they can counter. Alicia Clark, terrific at that move.
And Howard, Ainxler with the late defense. Maybe got a piece of that one, at least contested. It looked like Howard was home free. And here is Clark, one dribble all day to shoot. And she knocks down a triple. Like that, the Mystics have gone back in front by 2. Here's Sims, stop and go, draws a foul, and one Odyssey Sims.
Alicia Clark gets to the slot in transition.
Number 2, a lane violation, and that's on Indiana, so the shot will not count.
So this is her 12th year, started the season playing some games in LA, but in her 11 years, Odyssey Sims averages 11 points, 4 boards, and 2.5 assists. Those are her career numbers in the league. It's excellent.
Sims was the number 2 overall draft pick back in 2014. A bit of a journeywoman later in her career.
I think Dantis gets caught behind right there. You got to be up level so that when Kiki Irvin tries to step over you to get in post-up position, you can beat her to the spot.
Indiana, by the way, has left some points on the foul line here tonight. Just 4 of 8 from the free throw line. In a tight game, all of those certainly matter. Olsen spinning on Mitchell. Wild shots. There's Ainxler, offensive rebound, and flips it in.
Yeah, the advantage of Ainxler getting extra minutes is paying off here for the Washington Mystics, as she can naturally play the 4 spot.
Pass deflected. Sims able to track it down. Here is Howard. Loose ball foul will go against the Fever. Exler has 6 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals. Citron back in the game, misses from the foul line. Ping pong around, Sims dives on the floor, Citron comes down with it. Melvin, extra pass, here's Clark, oh yeah!
So that small lineup has paid off here for Washington with Clark on the floor. Playing the 3, undersized at a couple of positions.
Dantis can't answer with a triple. Alicia Clark, 11 points off of the bench here tonight. As Citron right up the middle to the rim, couldn't finish. Now Sims using that Dantis screen. Indiana's offensive rhythm has just been flummoxed here. Washington has erased a 13-point deficit. This 5-point lead is their largest. And they didn't get the ball across in time. That's an 8-second violation. And an unforced one at that. Indiana was not really pressuring in the backcourts.
You don't see that very often.
Especially looking for a spark here. And they won't get it there. An offensive foul by Sims, who pushes off.
Offensive foul on Sims. Her third.
Just got to make the simple plays right now for Stephanie White. Just make the game easier for your teammates. And the ways you can make the game easier for your teammates is by running the offense and moving the ball.
Clark, she's been dynamic, gets to the rim. Timpson late contest, maybe got a piece. Mitchell puts her head down, cut off there by Exler, her former teammates. Sims faces the trap, it's out to Mitchell.
Uh-oh.
Mitchell blows by Exler, feet inside, knocked away, deflected and stolen.
Unselfish by Kelsey Mitchell. She probably should have finished that herself.
Sutton on the attack, hangs and draws the foul.
Foul on number 12, Ramirez Dantis. Her third. To your fever, number 8, Sophie Cunningham.
This was a 40-27 Fever lead, just under the 4-minute mark of the second quarter. Here's Sims bouncing, Dantis fading, and gets the roll.
Soft touch.
Exler whips it inside to a cutting Melvin. One pass too many as Melvin turns it over, trying to find Steph Dolson.
So India.
Dantis pops free, sidestep, handoff Cunningham, who splashes home a triple.
2 triples in the third quarter for Sophie.
Scoreless in the first half, has the 2 threes in the third quarter. Both been momentum plays as Exler finds a cutting Clark. That shot won't go. Shot clock is off. Cunningham racing down the floor.
This is your 2-for-1 right here. Good execution by the Fever.
Get a 3 from Cunningham, they get a stop, and can they take the lead at the end of the third? Sims driving, Cunningham had it blocked. And she was falling out of bounds.
Out of bounds. Fever basketball.
Say Fever basketball, that would have been an extremely difficult look. Inbound, Dantis. Oh yeah! Dantis beats the buzzer. And the Fever finished the third on a flurry. Well, the Fever closed the third quarter with an 8-0 run in the final minutes. They're trying to add to it to start the fourth. Timpson can't hit inside. And Ariafin pulls down the rebound. It was a Dantis bucket, a Cunningham 3, and then a Dantis 3 to end the third. Citron on the drive, flips it inside. Beautiful find, Ariafin. Go to the line.
Foul on number 10, Lexi Hall.
Sydney Johnson's club, their ATOs have been at.
Finn, who is a rebound shy of a double-double. Rolls in that first free throw.
She's had 11 double-doubles on the season, and in back-to-back games coming into tonight, double-doubles.
5th in the league in that category. Indiana has lost a 13-point lead. Washington lost their 6-point advantage with a minute to go in the third. And it's 64-64 over 9 minutes left to play. Aggressive defense there by Sutton.
Man, that's a lot of contact at the point of screen. Wow.
Got 6'2", by the way. And Washington wins the jump ball. Mystics, who are shooting 51% from the field, 40% from the three-point line. They've hit 10 of their 12 free throws. Just an exceptional shooting night for this team, where 26 years of age, 10 of their 12 players are 26 or younger. Sutton sets up Citron, who buries a three.
You have to know personnel.
Cunningham on the shot fake, on the drive, runs into a wall, and Finn called for the foul.
Citron does such a good job moving without the ball in the three-point line. It makes her dribble into her shot, and then the foul.
Coming up after our game, join Larry, Megan, and Autumn for Game Break, presented by Toyota.
That's me. Could we get a selfie?
Cunningham knocks down the pair. It's a 1-point game. Indiana with just 2 starters on the floor right now. Here's Clark, left hand won't fall. Good as Clark been tonight. Didn't get that shot to go, but 11 points off the bench.
Waiting for Aaliyah Boston to get back in the game.
He is standing at the scores table, so too is Mitchell. Dante's way too strong on a 3. Oh, look at Timpson battling, and Timpson draws the loose ball foul. She did not have position there, but she just has a... Here's Timpson, shot clock down to 7. Sims off that Timpson screen, bounces for the rookie. Runs into a double team, just gets it up, and it's a difficult shot.
They'll review it at the next opportunity. I thought she got it off, though. It's close.
Shot making from the rookie. We've seen a lot of that tonight on both sides. Finn, kick out.
She had a mismatch. She didn't recognize it.
Dolson, the shot fake, flips it up and gets it to go.
Dolson has hit a 3, and now we see the floater out of the 6'5" veteran player for Washington.
She's starting, has 9 points in 13 minutes here tonight. Sims from the foul line, too strong, gets her own offensive rebound. Second effort won't go.
I'm not sure that's the shot that Indiana wants.
Melvin with the crossover. Finn, lobbing inside, Hull knocks it away.
Lexi Hull doing the right thing. You get caught on a mismatch, you try to get on the top side of that post up. And she does a really good job of, she does plays like that all the time.
Now Citron being guarded by Lexi Hull. Hull goes over the screen, defends her really well. Citron just has to fire it up, and a circus shot for Citron.
What a...
Well, the shot making tonight has just been spectacular as Timpson drives and draws the foul. They don't make him any tougher than this.
I mean, Lexi Hull first gets...
Timpson hits 1 of the 2 free throws. The Fever actually with a point fewer than when we went to break for that challenge.
2-possession game. And Sophie Cunningham's going to get called for holding Citron off that screen.
Just the second foul on Indiana. And the 3rd foul on Cunningham. As Odyssey Sims playing big minutes here tonight. 23 off the bench, still on the floor. Citron sees two, kick out Enksler, drives on Boston. Enksler gets inside, can't get it to go. Enksler hits the deck, Indiana has a 5-on-4. Sims cross court Mitchell. And Enksler there able to get back into your picture. Fever couldn't take advantage of it, and Mitchell misses from the mid-range.
I like the patience, though, waiting on Aaliyah Boston to set that screen so she can get a higher percentage look. But she is a good three-point shooter. And Kelsey Mitchell has been excellent in the fourth quarters of games.
She helped bring Indiana back on Tuesday. 17-point deficit down to 1. There's a cutting Citron, and Mitchell had to foul her. So the Mystics with a 4-point lead will send the rookie all-star, Sonia Citron, a 91% free throw shooter, to the line for a chance to match their largest lead of the night.
Well, at the very beginning of the game, I talked about Washington defending the three-point line and keeping Kelsey Mitchell in front. It's Kelsey Mitchell time right now for Indiana.
It's the Sports Illustrated Women's Games on ION. Team America versus Team World in 7 sports over 6 days. Witness the best female athlete.
Forward to. It is an Olympic sport in 2028 in LA.
Indiana with their work cut out for them here. 6-point deficit, just over 5 minutes left to play. Mitchell, feed inside. There's an easy 2 for Boston. We have now hit clutch time. Games within 5 points in the final 5 minutes. The Fever are 6-8 in those games this year. Mystics are 9-9. And an offensive foul on Washington. A moving screen on Iriafin. Odyssey Sims will check out. Lexi Hull is back on the floor.
You go with who you trust in these situations, and this is where Indiana doesn't necessarily need to have the point guard on the floor. You put the 5 most veteran players in your system.
Indiana gives it right back. An offensive foul on Howard. This is the question that Stephanie White says she is dealing with the most. Maybe the hardest question to answer is whether you put your 5 best players on the floor, but put some players maybe not in their ideal spot without a point guard here. She is going with that option. Fever down by 4.
The only one out of position is really Sophie.
And Iriafin draws the foul. So Howard, who just checked in, picks up 2 quick ones.
And to your point, Pat, you want to keep everyone in their natural position. Until Caitlin Clark is available, should she be available, she's missed 21 games with the Fever this season. So she's working diligently to get back if she can. We're going to welcome her back for the playoffs for sure. Not just the Fever, but everyone in basketball will welcome her back.
No question, this game is just not the same. This team is just not the same without her on the floor.
Well, I don't know how many, some of the players may not welcome her back, but she's going to be welcome back.
Iriafin hits the pair and the lead back to 6. Mitchell finds some space in. Enksler comes out of nowhere to block the shot. And then Indiana called for the loose ball foul.
This is like the least amount of emotion I have seen. Sutton's got a nice, tight game. Just plays so solid on the top of the floor. Good defender as well.
Challenge unsuccessful. Sutton drains the free throws. And it is an 8-point lead here for Washington, who's looking for their 6th win away from home this year. They are 5-11 on the road. Bull driving on Melvin. Back to the basket, kick out Howard. Howard on the attack. Had it blocked, but there's a foul there as well.
I'm telling you, Howard and Enksler, what a matchup tonight.
Johnson's last challenge was successful. He immediately went running down to that bench, asking if he should challenge before remembering he didn't have it. Indiana 8 of 13 from the foul line tonight. The Mystics are 16 for 18. Mystics have also hit one more three than the Fever have. They hit the fewest in the league. Indiana, a good three-point shooting team. A night where the Mystics have shot it well everywhere on the floor. They're threatening an upset win here in Indianapolis.
Indiana has picked up their effort defensively.
Melvin being hounded by Hull. Angsler back for Citron. Hits a three.
Money. Citron. Wow.
She's hit a couple of huge shots tonight. That's a 2 for Mitchell.
Going back to their horns, which is the set they ran the last play.
Washington now content with running a little clock with this 9-point lead. Angsler on the shot fake, fire inside. Howard got a piece, Cunningham with the steal. Again, cut off there nicely by Melvin. Mitchell, here is Boston. Cunningham leans in, thought she drove the foul. Boston pulls down the rebound and lays it in. Fever did mount a major comeback on Tuesday. A 17-point fourth quarter deficit down to 1. Angsler attacking Howard. Angsler backing in, fires it up and draws the foul.
Late clock, excellent ball. Yes.
Were to watch her play for the first time and be unaware that she was a rookie, you would think this was year 7, year 8. I mean, it's just remarkable watching her play.
4 consecutive Sweet 16s for Notre Dame. With Citron, all ACC performer.
So 1 of 2 from the line for Angsler. Indiana's deficit is 8. Mitchell, kick out, Hull, buries a triple.
Moving on offense, that's when the Fever can really do some damage.
Foul off the ball here, and these are really problematic for Indiana because they're resulting in free throws. This one is on Kelsey Mitchell, and it's going to send the 91% free throw shooter to the line.
Kelsey Mitchell, who never complains, didn't like the call.
The Mystics have done a phenomenal job here at the foul line. Now 18 of 21, and this is the worst shooting team in the league from the free throw line coming into tonight. They have hit 86% of their free throws. Indiana, on the other hand, is 9 of 14. They've been outscored by 9 points at the line, and now by 10 in a game that they trail by 7.
Good look for Aaliyah Boston on this set.
Odyssey Sims back into the game. Natasha Howard's been checked out. Here's Mitchell, right to the rim. Mitchell lays it in.
Great ball screen by Aaliyah Boston, allowing Mitchell to get to that left hand.
Both teams are into the penalty, so fouls mean free throws here in the final 2 minutes. Citron has done everything here in the second half for the Mystics. Cross-court pass is stolen. Hull, 3-on-2. Mitchell did a good job to save it. Goes right into Melvin. Boston, back for Mitchell. Lob it up for Boston. One bounce, and Boston finishes. State and Chicago, as the Indiana Fever have cut a 9-point fourth quarter deficit down to 3. Mystics, who are in 10th, battling for playoff positioning. So too are the Indiana Fever, who are in 6th entering the night. Citron has been brilliant, 21 points this evening. Sutton with a shot clock down to 5. Sutton with the handoff. Sutton pulls up and hits.
Washington has been patient side to side, getting really good looks offensively and sharing the basketball all night.
Here's Mitchell, launches, in and out on a three. Boston the rebound. And there's no foul there. Boston thought she was fouled. They'll say it's off of Washington.
A two-possession game right here. Sutton it all night. Indiana has been really good on their baseline out of bounds tonight.
Inbound to Mitchell, ran into Citron. Got clock in the single digits. Hull with the left hand, aggressive attack. Hull can't finish. And a whistle on the shot as Boston was trying to pull down the rebound. Both teams in the penalty, so free throws are coming. Kiki Iriafen called for that loose ball foul.
Really good take right. Leah Boston now 7 for 12 from the floor in the game after the first half being 3 for 5. Didn't play a lot of minutes in the third quarter, but has been in the game the last 8 minutes here and has made this a one-possession game.
Couple of huge free throws there from Boston. She has 17 and 9, one rebound shy of what would be her 15th double-double. That would be a franchise record. Indiana back within a possession.
A reset timeout by Washington. They clear it out for Iriafen.
Two rookie all-stars. Here's Citron, back for Iriafen. Iriafen on Boston, leans in, can't finish. Hull pulls it down. Indiana trailing by 3, immediately takes a timeout. Let's take a look at the upcoming WNBA national TV schedule. Coming up here for these games, please go to WNBA.com or visit the WNBA.
Indiana's execution on dead ball situations, and this is an opportunity to execute really well right here at the end of the game. You cannot have slippage on any of this. You got to be sharp with your details.
Boston, handoff Mitchell. Mitchell crossing over. Mitchell on the drive. Mitchell missed it at the rim.
Got a foul.
Oh, she got a great look, but just couldn't finish. And the Fever commit a foul. I want to welcome those watching Wings and Sparks. And a frustrated Kelsey Mitchell got exactly what the Fever were hoping for and just couldn't finish.
What a game. A 13-point lead by Indiana. Washington battled back in the first half, Pat. And the start of the second half, they were ready to play. They closed the gap on Indiana at that point.
So Melbourne misses the free throw. She's a 64% free throw shooter. Indiana does have a timeout left. Melbourne, 1 of 2. Stephanie White uses the final timeout. And now Indiana off Mitchell. Indiana has to hurry. Lob back for Boston. Boston finishes. It's a 2-point game, 5.9 seconds remaining.
You're going to foul right away if you don't get a steal.
They get it into Melbourne, and they just do get a foul. That foul had to happen there by Cunningham, or I think Melbourne would have run the rest of the clock off. And
it's the right person to foul, though. Melbourne, a 64% free throw shooter.
And just missed one a moment ago.
At the line, for the Mystics, number 5, Melbourne.
She rattles in the first, and this is the all-important second free throw to try to make it a 2-possession game with 5 seconds left. And Melbourne does just that. So Stephanie White will take a reset timeout to
now
advance
you got
the ball.
to get the 3.
In for your Fever, number 1, Odyssey Sims.
Fever need that bucket to come quickly. Melbourne, who missed her first of 2 on her last trip, knocks down 3 huge free throws. Cunningham looking, finds Mitchell, launches a corner three. It won't go. Rebound Ainksler, and this young Washington Mystics group who continues